In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Welcome to Midnight Storylines.
Evening was slowly falling. There was a faint chill in the air. Adjusting her scarf again and again, she kept asking the woman sitting beside her, "When will the bus stop at the station?" The woman sighed in irritation. "Only 15 minutes left," she said, and turned her face back toward the window. A while later, the bus finally stopped. A crowd gathered. People getting off from one side and climbing in from the other. Somehow pushing through, she stepped down and looked around, searching, anxiously for familiar faces. "So, I've finally reached the city," Sarah murmured to herself, brushing dust off her hands. A suitcase was in one hand, a bag hanging from her shoulder. Just then, a familiar voice called out, "Child, I'm here." She turned around. It was Uncle Thomas. "Uncle Thomas, you came to pick me up," she shouted happily. "Grown so old." Thomas laughed warmly. "Not old, dear, just getting older." She smiled shyly and adjusted the shawl slipping from her head.
It's just that I'm seeing you after such a long time. Walking beside him, she asked, "Did you come by car?" "Yes, dear. See that silver car ahead? That's ours." He took both bags from her hands. She ran toward the car, touching its window with fascination. "It's beautiful. Let me drive." Thomas stared at her in shock. "No, Sarah. How would you even drive in the city?" She smiled confidently. "Uncle, Dad taught me how to drive a tractor. I have driven it many times." He shook his head helplessly. "My child, there is a difference between a tractor and a car, and these cities' roads aren't easy." He gently patted her cheek, and she quietly went to sit in the back seat. The car sped toward the house. All the way, Sarah kept talking excitedly, praising the city scenery outside the window. She had come from a village to study in the city. To Uncle Thomas, she felt like a reflection of his late brother, Abed Miller. Her way of speaking, walking, even her eyes. When the car stopped in front of a large house, Sarah's eyes widened in amazement. "Uncle, your house is so beautiful." He smiled proudly. "This is the result of years of hard work." Inside, servants carried her luggage to the room Aunt Mary had prepared the night before. "Hello." Sarah greeted and hugged her aunt tightly. Mary felt a strange warmth in her chest. She had no daughter of her own, and inviting Sarah to study here had been her own idea. "Now that you are here, this house will feel alive again," Mary said with a smile. After washing up, Sarah joined everyone. She thanked her aunt sincerely. "If you hadn't invited me, Mom would never have allowed me to come." Just then, Mary's younger son, Jack, teased her, patting her head lightly. "So the village girl is here." "You are still the same, Jack," Sarah laughed, twisting his ear playfully. They had been childhood friends. "Where's Jason?" she asked. Jack burst into laughter. "Jason? Who's that?" Mary scolded him lightly. "She means Jonathan." "Yes, that name is too hard." "I'll call him Jason," Sarah said innocently. Jonathan didn't like it at all. "I don't like my name being changed," he said coldly. Her smile faded instantly. "Okay," she replied softly. Jonathan was a patriotic doctor, serious, disciplined, respected. Sarah's endless questions irritated him, but everyone else laughed. She teased, joked, questioned him like a reporter. Despite his annoyance, for the first time, Jonathan smiled without realizing it. The turning point. One morning, Jonathan was asked to take Sarah to college for admission. He agreed reluctantly. Be ready in 15 minutes, he said strictly. She wasn't. After waiting impatiently, he left for the hospital. When Sarah came down dressed excitedly, he was gone. Heartbroken, she decided to go alone. On the way, her rickshaw collided with a bike and overturned. She was hurt. Jonathan was called. When he arrived and saw her sitting injured on the road, his anger mixed with fear. I told you to wait. Why did you go alone? Tears filled her eyes. I thought you didn't care. That sentence shattered something inside him. Jonathan constantly criticized her studies, her discipline, her seriousness. One night, he humiliated her in front of the family, saying she wasn't capable of becoming a doctor. You village girls should stay home, he said harshly. Sarah broke. She left the house quietly and moved into a hostel. Year passed. Sarah studied harder than ever, alone, determined, strong. She became a doctor. Jonathan was preparing to marry Dr. Nafisa, his colleague. On the wedding day, his car met a terrible accident. He slipped into a coma. For months, he remained unconscious. The doctor who took responsibility for his care worked tirelessly day and night. Finally, Jonathan opened his eyes. Who saved me? He whispered. The door opened. A woman in a white coat stepped inside. It was Dr. Sarah Miller, the same girl he once called weak, the same girl he once humiliated, the same girl he never believed in. She checked his file professionally. You are stable now. You will recover. She turned and walked out. Jonathan watched her go with regret burning deep in his chest. And note, sometimes the people we break become the ones who save us. If you like it, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get wonderful dramatic stories here. Thanks. Bye bye.